What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Dealer Simulator. Today, we're talking about all of this week's updates, including the brand new Junkyard update. Let's get into it. We've got quite a bit to cover today, obviously, because we're going to be talking a lot about the Junkyard, but there is also still Hotfix 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36 included with our update as well. So we've got lots to cover, so let's just get on with it. Kicking off then with Hotfix 32, a nice and simple one. Fixed an issue where players jumping on cars inside the zone were pushed off mid-air. Let's just check that. Oh, I can't get on it. I'm on it. I've jumped onto it. That is definitely a nice, easy, fixed one. Why are you not happy? Probably because I've not paid any wages. So we should probably get in and do that while we talk about the other fix from Hotfix 32, which is fixed a bug where previously watched tutorials would reappear after loading the game. There you go. Nice and simple. That's all that is. And that is it for Hotfix 32. It is a nice and a simple one. Not that much to it. So I'm going to crack on, set these people to work some jobs, and then we'll move on to Hotfix 33. Everyone's working on something, so let's just get talking about Hotfix 33. I'm going to stand here so we can look back at that car whenever we're not looking at the hotfixes. There we go. Hotfix 33 is also including some information about the Junkyard update. It says Junkyard update incoming and Hotfix 33. A new hotfix just rolled out on Steam, and below we're also revealing some of the upcoming Junkyard features. First off, in the patch notes, we fixed an issue where the body shop worker and competitor did not properly refresh vehicle masks, removal of dust, rust removal, things like that. That is now all fixed, and that guy, I believe, is also now fixing the bodywork properly as he should be. Fixed a bug related to fuses, allowing players to refill fuses without having them in inventory. We'll come back to that one because that also broke something else, I do believe, but that's now been fixed as well. Fixed an issue where emails incorrectly displayed the red status. I've got no emails, so we can't cover that one. Fixed a bug where scroll bar was visible in quest section UI. I don't know. It's fixed anyway. Improved textures on the Apex Motors Striker vehicle. Do believe we've got one of them out the back. We could probably go have a look. Unified the display of save names in the table. Now, I can't name my saves. I really wish I could name my saves. It would make my life just that tiny little bit easier. I've only got 2 save games, but they both have the same date on them. Even if I don't load into the other one today, when I come back another day, they'll both have today's date on them saying they've been updated. So I'd like to be able to name my saves rather than just the dates. The last bit on this one is a quality of life added an option to close inventory with the same button it used to open it. So if you press I to open inventory, you can press I to close it again. You can't see my keyboard, but I just did that. It is nice and simple, rather than some of them being I to get into it and then escape to get out, and some of them are right click to get out, so on and so forth. I do like that little added feature. It said the textures on the Apex Motors Striker vehicle were improved. It is this one, isn't it? Let's just double check before I end up looking at the wrong vehicle. Striker. That is the Striker. That's what we wanted. Oh, apparently I haven't restored the plates on that one. Good job I was here. I don't know if it looks any better, to be honest with you. Maybe we should pull it out a little bit. I nearly did a "that's what she said" joke there, but I didn't. It's too late now. I don't know. I mean, it looked all right before. I don't have the greatest graphics settings at the moment. Hopefully getting a new computer when I can afford it, which will be 2050 or something. I'm not sure. But there we go. That is potentially looking better. I'm just going to pop it back in this spot. Keep it all lined up. Just as we're doing that, though, you did finish with this. Is this car fully done now and ready to go? I think I've got 3 of these up for sale. It is fully done. I probably need to do the odometer on it, but we're going to move it around. I can't get in. There we go. We're going to move it around the corner for a moment. Just up here next to these ones. These are my cars that I've got ready to go up for sale, but not up for sale just yet. In we go. You know, pretty much times when I just haven't got the time to jump and do it right now, sort of thing. But I am going to get on and get you working on something soon and get that car moved in to the car wash. But we have some more to talk about with Hotfix 33, all the new stuff that they're announcing with the Junkyard. So we're going to be covering a lot of the Junkyard today. I think it's mentioned in every single Hotfix, but we're going to talk about it anyway because I like all these little bits. I'm just going to read this one out for you as it says. So as promised, today we'd like to share a few ideas we're currently working on for the upcoming Car Dealer Simulator update, focused on the Junkyard. This major update is scheduled for the end of this week. Obviously, that was last week. It is already out. Until now, the Junkyard allowed you to buy and sell used parts, occasionally find abandoned vehicles impounded by the police, as informed by emails from Ron Dunn. I've only ever had one of them on each save. I didn't know there was meant to be more. Hopefully there is more, but you could also purchase a tow truck. In this devlog, we're giving you a sneak peek at some of the new Junkyard features. Today, we'll focus on what you'll be able to sell at the Junkyard, and we'll reveal more new features in the next devlog. So let's get into that. We're back behind the desk as we finish that one off. So first of all, you'll now be able to sell non-functional vehicles at the Junkyard. As you might remember, it was already possible to sell such cars from your car dealer lot, but doing so would cost you reputation points. If you have broken cars with missing parts and don't want to repair them, now you can sell them safely at the Junkyard without losing reputation. The Junkyard owner has lower expectations than regular customers, but there's no haggling. No haggling at all. After driving into a specially marked area, the vehicle will be evaluated and you'll decide whether or not to sell it. The final price will depend on the installed parts and their condition, as well as how much rust is covering the car. You'll also be able to sell stripped, incomplete wrecks. If you're buying cars just to reuse the parts in other vehicles, the Junkyard is the best place to get rid of the empty shells. You can then refurbish the removed parts using the restoration machine you already know from the warehouse, and use them to repair other vehicles. Keep following and commenting on our news on Steam and Discord. Lovely words there. Absolutely fantastic. So we will cover more about the Junkyard a little bit later on, obviously, as we get to the actual update announcement on there. We're still on the Hotfixes at the moment, so let's get on to the next one. I was just quickly selling a few cars, trying to get up to 200,000 so I can go buy the second repair machine that we talked about last week in the updates. I still haven't got around to it on this save yet, and I'm still not quite there. But anyway, let's get on and talk about Hotfix 34. This is quite a big one. Another customer's turned up. They can wait. Anyway, Hotfix 34 patch notes, potential fix for an issue where the game wouldn't close properly, leaving hanging access or hanging process. There is a little star on that one. This issue affects a small number of players and we haven't been able to reproduce it internally, so we're unable to test it directly. If you're still experiencing this, please report it to us and include what type of hard drive is the game installed on. Is it an external or an internal disk, a HDD or SDD, SATA or NVMe? Please include that information. Whether you run the game at Steam as an administrator, at what point you can exit the game, at what point you exit the game, and what was the last in-game action performed. Whether you exit via quit from the pause menu and then main menu, or use Alt F4, etc., however you use to close it. If possible, a screenshot of your running background processes from Task Manager. We're trying to determine if any third-party software interferes with the save process. DXDIAG file, please, if possible, in the XML format, and your save data. There is a little note at the bottom. Due to the shared files, it will be easiest to gather everything in one place. Please continue the conversation in the thread under #bug-report section on Discord, titled "The game does not close properly and has to be closed through Task Manager." You can use the search icon to find it easily. That's to go and report if you are having the hanging process when you close the game. Now, I have had it occasionally, very few and far between. I haven't had it since this update, so that's good. But if you are still having it, please go and report it to the guys over on Discord so they can get it fixed. They can't reproduce it, so they don't know what is happening, basically. Everyone at home that's having it, your computers are having it because of XYZ. They can't see XYZ because they don't have your computer. So if you could go and do that, if you're experiencing it, if I have it again, I'll be going to do this as well. So if you could do that, it'd be very helpful to the game moving forward. But let's get back to the hotfixes. That was just the first hotfix. So there we go. Next one is fixed a bug related to incorrect vehicle position and saved positions of car lifts. I don't think I've ever had an issue with that myself, but glad that they're working on stuff. Fixed an issue where employees would not appear after loading a save if they had just started a task before their shift ended. Oh, another loads of customers waiting. I'll get back to them all in a minute. Improved mail deletion. Messages are now properly moved to the trash. I didn't know that was a thing. We'll check it in a second. Fixed a bug related to fuses. They are now correctly pulled from storage as well. I did that one. That was me. But there we go. And adjusted first-person camera sensitivity while inside vehicles. We'll also check that one out as well. First, I want to go see what it means by properly deleting emails. I mean, I removed them all. I don't have any, so I really can't check. And then first-person camera inside a car. I think my truck's out here. Yes, it is. Camera to the inside. Oh, that does feel a little less sensitive than it was before. It's not so jerky and jumpy around inside now. That's better. I do like the interiors in this game. Anyway, enough of that. So there we go. That's all of that recommended and changed. As I said, if you are having the closing the game issue where it's hanging, please go and report it to the guys with all the information I previously mentioned. It's all written on the patch notes, both on Steam and on Discord, if you want to go and remind yourself of that information. Or you can just come back to that moment in the video and bring the screen up. In fact, I'll put it back on screen right now. I'll leave it there for a second. So pause here if you want to read that, because if you are having it, that's what I need you to go and fill out and do all of that so that the guys can try and fix these issues if you're having them. There we go. That's enough of that. We'll move on to the next hotfix. I'm going to go quickly sell some cars and try and buy our second repair machine. Our mechanic is here. He's stripping all the parts off this van because this is the van we're going to take to the junkyard later in the video to try and sell as part of the new update. The body condition's pretty bad, so I'm just going to get him to strip everything out of it and we'll sell the shell. But let's get on to Hotfix 35. There's one major fix and then the rest of it is just talking about what's going to come later in the junkyard. I'm still looking forward to it. Even though it's in the game, I just haven't been there yet. So anyway, patch notes for Hotfix 35. We've rewritten how game saving works. The game should no longer freeze during autosaves. If you previously turned autosaves in the settings off, feel free to turn it back on. The game should now run smoothly even when saving automatically. Now I have got my autosaves turned off, so what we'll do is we'll go into the menu from here and we'll turn autosaving back on and we'll be the judge of that. So let's press Y to apply that. Get back out of here and it's going to go to an autosave at some point and we'll be talking as it does. Our employee's just gone home. I think he's finished stripping the van. Let's have a look. Yeah, everything's not installed. Bodywork's bad. It's a little bit washed, but that's fine. We're going to sell this one probably on Monday now. We'll probably have to go to sleep a few times. But let's talk about the major junkyard update that is scheduled for tomorrow. Already out, obviously. It's already out, but we're going to talk about all the things that they've written about it so we can cover absolutely everything. So, to start with, in Tuesday's devlog, we summarised the current features of the junkyard and teased what you'll soon be able to sell there. Today, we're ready to reveal another upcoming feature. A new feature is buying damaged cars. We'll be picking one of them up while we're down there as well. The junkyard owner will start offering broken and stripped vehicles for sale. New listings will appear daily, giving you fresh opportunities to find bargain deals, buy, repair, and sell for profit. Heads up, these cars might be in terrible condition. Use the scanner to understand exactly what you're buying and whether the price truly reflects the vehicle's value. These are supposed to be good deals. After all, I'm looking forward to it. Going to buying rubbish cars from the junkyard is going to be absolutely fantastic. And being able to sell our rubbish cars if we didn't want to. Like, I could obviously sell this van on for profit, but I want to test what's going on at the junkyard. We'll base it on value and things like that. We'll have a proper look later. There's still a little bit more about this update to talk about, so let's get on with that. The very last bit then that says, also as mentioned on Tuesday, you'll now be able to sell stripped cars at the junkyard without losing reputation. Just drive the car, or with your truck or trailer, whatever you're doing, drive the car into the shed. The value will show on the display above the entrance. If the price is good, pull the lever outside and the car is sold. That's what's going to be. I've got a picture of it. I'll put it up on screen so you guys can see what's going on there as well. But we will be going there a little bit later on to check it out for ourselves properly. It is going to be absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait to be able to fully jump in and show you guys all of this. It is going to be pretty epic. Let's get on though. We've still got a little bit left to cover, as well as the full actual update from the Junkyard. I just double slept through. We're now on Monday, so we can go to the Junkyard and the shop, and I just found where the radio is, by the way. The radio's in here. If you want to pick this one up and move it around, you can see I can pick it up. I can go put it in a different room. So if I was working on cars early on, I could potentially put it on here. How do we rotate? Oh, yeah, I remember. Scroll wheel. So I could literally put the radio out there so I could still listen to music while I'm working on cars. Please don't be playing. No, we're on streamer mode. It's all good. We're not here to talk about that, though. I need to load up our van onto our truck here. I'm going to get it on the main trailer. I'm just going to take the flatbed. We're going to go and buy this second repair machine en route. And then we're going to go check out and buy a car from the Junkyard and hopefully sell this van off to the Junkyard as well. So I'm going to get it loaded up. I'll be back. And it's time to start talking about the Junkyard update. On our way to the shop so that we can buy our second repair machine first, which is going to take 200,000. So we'll just quickly get there and then we'll head on to the Junkyard and talk about all the new features. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be so good. I think it's just nice that we've got something majorly new added this early on. For me, it just sets waves for what's to come. Sorry about that car. I did not mean to crash into you. Yeah, I think it's great. I love all of the fixes. The fixes are great. Yes, maybe some games should be fixed before they're released, but that can't always be done. But anyway, let's get on and buy this lovely repair machine. 200,000. Ouchies, that's a lot of money. Just having a little boogie on there as the music played, but let's get on, get this truck down to the Junkyard, and we'll talk about some bits while we're heading off down there. So I'm just going to read it off as I'm driving. This should be a terrible experience for me, be probably quite interesting for you. So from now on, the Junkyard is not just a place to buy used parts, but also an opportunity to make a profit. New Junkyard features: selling defective vehicles, literally what we're going to do now. If a car is missing important mechanical parts, you can sell it without losing reputation, though at a lower price. Obviously, I think that was a given. Have I gone past the Junkyard turning? I think I have. It's down there, isn't it? We can get to it from the other end. It's fine. Buying heavily damaged cars, up to 3 per day in terrible technical condition and visual condition. More work, but also a bigger profit. I've got some images on there. They're GIFs, so there's not really that much point putting them on screen because you won't really be able to see them anyway. Is this the way in? I feel like I'm taking a new way in. This is what you get when trying to read and drive. It's a dangerous habit and you shouldn't do it. There's a jump there, though. That'd be fun. Yeah, the Junkyard. I can see it. Just over the hill there as we come on down. Oh. Was that an autosave or was that just a little bit jumpy? I don't think that was an autosave. I still haven't seen an autosave yet. Maybe that's how much clearer they are now. But there we go. There's our free junkers we can buy. Oh, absolute fantastic. I wasn't expecting that to happen. At the Junkyard, you can sell damaged vehicles without losing reputation. Park the vehicle in the shed. The vehicle's price will be displayed on the meter above the entrance. To sell the vehicle, use the lever next to the gate. Got it. Thank you very much. Oh, I've accelerated. Where's the... Oh, there it is. Ah, that's behind where the tow truck normally is. So the tow truck starts right about here. So you need to dump the van into there. Now, before we do this, I'm going to do a scanner on it so we can get a value before we jump it in. 23,912. I bought it for 28, but I've got all of the parts from it, so it's still a terrible plan. But I just wanted to sell one anyway, so let's wheel you off into the shed. In you go. I should probably not have refreshed the plates on it. Oh. That was an autosave, and it was still a bit jumpy. I will be turning that back off. But there we go. It's still a bit jumpy, but again... My PC is old. Well, it's not that old, but it's running on a 2060. You know, it's not very up to date. I kind of needed that further inside. Then I wonder if I can just nudge it in with the truck. Oh, that is low. 19,130. I did have to nudge it in, though. But there we go. So let's just quickly do the car scanner again. 19,130 versus 23. So actually, not that bad far off of value. Way under what I paid for it. But let's see what happens when we pull the lever. It's going to push my truck away. And then the van's going to disappear behind there. It paid us some money. And, well, there you go. That's how that works. But we're going to drive this up. We're going to spin it around. I mean, if that's a manual Phantom over there, I'm going to take that for definite, even if it's in a very poor condition. But we do need to check it, though. It said to use the scanner, didn't it? Check to see what you were buying. So this is 10,000. Okay, that one's right. That says 3,501 and it says buy rec for 3,501. That one says 17,948 and it says 17,948. This one here, though, says on the sticker 10,414, but it says I can buy it for 7,941. I don't quite know what's happening there. But anyway, so there we go. It's got a lot of very broken parts. Lots of stuff totally missing. It doesn't have a battery at all. The bodywork is absolutely ruined, but it does still have some fuses. So there we go. Is that worth Oh, I've just bought it. I pressed the wrong button and I bought it. I was going to buy it anyway, but is it worth 7,000? Purchase 7,941. That is the exact market value for it as well, which is quite interesting. What about once I've restored the plates? Oh, it's gone up a little bit. There we go. See, someone said it wasn't worth it for the plates. That's like 600 quid. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I will take that. But there, that's how you do it. That's how you come over here and buy them. You literally press E on them. Be careful, I did it by accident. Doesn't want to go green. Let's try that again. You'd think that would go green. Oh, there we go. It was just something. Didn't like something. Pull that out. Put the ramps down. Put that away. Load it up. And then we'll get him onto the truck. And back to the dealership. We've got all of our employees to start absolutely tearing this thing down. But I have got absolutely everything I took off of the van that can pretty much go straight back on this car. And then we should be able to make some nice profit from this. Oh, pull up the ramps. I can't believe I forgot to pull up the ramps. Need that out for that, don't I? Oh, that's the... Having an all thumbs day. Having an absolute all thumbs day. So we'll put you back on the truck. And then we'll press X to pick the ramps back up instead of Z and absolutely dropping the car again. Not what we're aiming for. So there we go. We have now sold our first car to the junkyard and we've bought our first car from the junkyard. Let's get back to the dealership, carry on talking about some updates and we'll get this video finished. We have made it back to the dealership. First thing we need to do is unload this car into the lifter bay so we can get our mechanic straight away getting everything fixed on this, and then we're going to drive it around for a bit covered in rust and grime and dirt because that is the worst body I've ever seen in this game. So there we go. Hopefully that should be on the thing. Ramps out using X and then Z to drop the car off. There we go, not the other way around. Ramps back up before we put everything away. Is that in? Oh, it's not quite in. I mean, I'm doing it anyway. I'll tap it back in with the truck like I did before. Oh, I think that's another autosave. Yeah. For me, it's definitely not quite there, but that could be more to do with my computer than anything else. Just a gentle little love tap. That should be enough. Let's just see. Can you work on the car? Oh. All right. Rude. Replace all. There we go. Absolutely everything going to be up to 100%. Yep, everything up to 100%. There we go. We get that car all sorted out. Let's do one more thing while we're here. Let's put our tow truck back in its parking place. That was a lovely bit of turning there, if I do say so myself. We'll just drop this one back in here and we're going to go play with the repair machines now that we've got two. Oh, I'm stuck on the curb. I need one wheel to just hop up onto the curb a bit there. There we go. Oh, now I can't get the front wheel up. Go on, you can do it, truck. You've got all the power in the world. There we go. Terrible reverse in there. But anyway, let's get over to our dual repair machines now, which is absolutely fantastic, which means we have 40 spaces for repairing things. Put all of these back in manually. Otherwise, I'll put my plate refresh kits back in, and that annoys me every time. So, I've gone to that. Scroll down till I can find some bad parts. I could have just sorted it. I know, but I didn't. Now we just need to get loads of these out. Not you, though. When you will click one thing by accident, then you have to go back through and click everything all over again. I'm just going to grab loads of this because we've got 40 spaces. I don't even have 40 spaces in my inventory, so it is pointless. So we'll open that. We'll get 20 into you. Get you going. We'll get the couple of extra bits into you. And then we'll carry on getting some more pieces out so we can get a lovely repair work done. Honestly, game changer in my opinion. I'll just take them two. That should be enough. In fact, that's too many, I think. No, it's not. I still need 2 more. Apparently, I can't count. I can't do maths, and I'm a terrible driver. So we've learned all of that so far. Also, I'm terrible at reading stuff out. I need to turn that on. There we go. Both repair machines going. Thank you. Took a moment. That is another update as well, making sure that doesn't go invisible, but we'll talk more on that in a bit. Let's get this car all done. You've got plenty of time on there. Did you finish any jobs? You haven't got any jobs. That's it. Just you at the moment. So I'm going to let that finish and we'll talk a little bit more about some more updates and things. Officially, we're still on the Junkyard update. I just wanted to find something sort of decent to look at on the screen. Oh, he's finished with our Phantom Thunder now. But anyway, it says, Dear players, when removing rust from wrecks at the moment, the task autofill appears. The remaining rust automatically turns into paint. This doesn't affect the final repair outcome. The vehicle looks as if it was properly restored, but it might leave a slight feeling that the rust wasn't completely cleaned off. I don't know why I struggled so much with that, but we just talked about that. In this situation, you can continue with the next repair steps and complete the vehicle, or if you prefer, manually remove the replaced paint layer before applying the filler. We didn't want to delay the release, so the update is available now. Early next week, we'll return to working on this issue and additionally prepare more surprises related to wrecks. Thank you for your understanding and support. Now it's time to jump in and take advantage of the new possibilities, which we've already done. We sort of broke it up halfway through and did it that way. They did also do a few fixes here as well. We've also fixed a few things. Fixed an issue with the rust removal quest after unlocking the second level of the bodywork workshop. That's where the employee wasn't doing it properly. Improved the display of the player's bank account balance in the banking app. There's a banking... Oh, yeah. I've been to the banking app today. Unified the names of tools on the workbench with those used in tasks and on the radio menu, which is definitely a big fix, especially early game when you are manually doing everything and you don't have employees. Fixed a bug where the radio menu wouldn't open after loading the game in the car wash area. Now, I have had a few issues with the radio menu in the car wash. So, in fact, if we run over there quickly... What I was finding, let's just put a car in there, even if it doesn't need cleaning. We'll use R1, is that Karen? That's not Karen, I've got it the other way around over here. There's Bartek's in the dealership. We go over to here, I was basically struggling. Yeah, it's working fine now. I was struggling to get it to swap between things, especially if I was stood here, or where the other one was, it was actually over there. But that all now seems to be absolutely perfect. So there we go, another problem fixed. Where were we? Fixed an issue. Autosave. I need to turn that back off. Fixed an issue where vehicles dropped from tow dolly into zone stood crooked or couldn't be driven. I haven't had that recently, but I have had that happen before. I reloaded and it fixed itself. But I'm glad they've acknowledged it and have fixed it here. Adjusted the position of screws on the wheel in repair mode. I did notice that was a bit off, so let's put this on our lifter over here and have a look. Doesn't need anything doing to this vehicle, but we should be able to take the wheel off and put it back on nonetheless. So we can have a look at that. Fixed a bug where switching tabs in the email app triggered multiple clicking sounds. Fair enough. Fixed an issue where the Phantom Thunder model, where the front license plate couldn't be interacted with. We actually saw that in the last main episode when it was in the cleaning rack. I just couldn't get down there to do it, but obviously this one doesn't need it done, so it's hard to see anyway. But we want to get under this and have a look. Thank you. Have a look at the wheel bolts. The one I found worst was actually this one over here. And it wasn't on the taking off, it was on the putting back on. Because you actually see where it should line up when you put it back on. So we take you off. Take you off, thank you. We'll go back into repair mode. You can sort of see the bolts on there. They're still a little bit off, but they're much more central to this actual wheel than they were before. So it is what it is. Never mind. One of those things. So there we go. Let's get out of that. Get out of that. Put that truck back down because we do not need it up there anymore. And that was it for all of the fixes that they included when they added in the Junkyard with the Junkyard itself, which is absolutely fantastic. We do have one more fix to talk about. Oh, I really am tempted just to sell this car like this. Just because I might just keep it for a bit, you know, as my little run around, going to the shops instead of taking the green beast over there. Let's just have a look at the car scan report of this one quickly. This was our first Junkyard buy. Everything's been fixed on it. We bought it for $7,941, even though it said $10,000 on the sticker. But never mind. And then we can already sell it, or the value is $15,975 without any bodywork being done to it. I have done the plates and obviously all of the mechanicals. I'm absolutely loving it. I think it's fantastic. What was the other thing we said in this fix we were going to take a look at? We did the car wash, did the screws on the wheels. I think that was about it really, wasn't it? Yeah, I think we checked everything we were going to check. So there we go. We've got, I believe, one more thing to look at. One more hotfix this week, which was a nice and simple one. It was just one singular item, and that was added today, actually, I think. It is Saturday. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was added today. So we're just going to grab that one, and we can have a look and talk about it. Yes, Hotfix 36 was just one item, so let's talk about it. Restored proper functionality of the second part repair machine. It is now correctly visible on the map and contains all items that were previously inserted. I believe, obviously, I've only just bought mine, so I've had no issues with it, or my second one. So I've had no issues with it, but some people were losing one of these. It was just going invisible, and then they were losing all the parts in it. But that has now been rectified, which is great to see, especially ours is now all finished. I'm just going to chuck it all in because I need it all. We'll get out 20 of these-ish. I'm really bad. Oh, I didn't need that fixed brake in there. What an idiot. Put you all in there. Take out that fixed brake. Put you back in there instead. And we'll turn you on. There we go. We'll pop that back in there. Oh, that was all of it. Never mind. Lovely little beeps. Have I even got 20 things? Help if you take them all out first, because we don't have that much inventory space. We only have 25 slots. It'd be nice if we could increase that by a level or something. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There we go. All of our repair. I do think this is going to be so much better going forward. Can't wait till we get this in our actual playthrough. But there we go. That is everything added to the game this week. We've got, obviously, repair machines all added. We've now got Junkyard buying, so we can buy absolute wrecks from the Junkyard. Honestly, bodywork is the most terrible thing you've ever seen, but it looks so beautiful. It's called a patina, I believe. That's what some people refer to it as. To me, that's a rusted pile of junk with perfect inner working gear. It just looks like crap on the outside, but I'm loving the Junkyard. What do you think of the Junkyard update? Being able to sell your broken shells if they're not very good, that sort of thing. Some people might go and buy like the Striker just for working parts, bin off the Striker itself, and then just fix all the parts from it and then go and sell the body at the Junkyard. I think that's a cool feature. Some people may do it. I don't think I will too that much, but I probably will buy a lot of cars from the Junkyard going forward. I'll probably take the van over there, load up on parts, or no, I'd have to take the truck. So we'll go over with the tow truck and the dolly, pick up 2 junkers from the Junkyard, buy all the parts that are available to buy there as well, and then come back. I mean, that's probably how I'll use it going forward, because obviously if you're buying the scrap cars, they're going to be missing parts, whereas you can buy broken parts at the Junkyard anyway. So buy all of that, get it all repaired in the thing, put your car back together. You've probably got a shiny new car and paid very little for it. I think that's a genius idea. As for selling at the Junkyard, not my forte, but it's still a cool feature nonetheless. I do like that it's been added. I think it's absolutely fantastic that we're already having major game add-ons already for free as well, I might add. Just an update, not DLC or anything like that, just an update. So there we go. They're also fixing everything We love to see it. Thank you so much to the guys over at Garage Monkeys. Beautiful work, loving to see new features, loving to see all the fixes being done and worked on properly. It is great to see a game company actually doing that. That's it for today though. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you did have enjoyed it. I hope you did have enjoyed listening to me today. I did have enjoyed doing it. It's always a lot of fun. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget, we have Car Dealer Simulator hats available now. Go and check them out on the store. Grab one for yourself. Support me and obviously show your love for a cool game. I will mention the developers have given me permission. They don't make any money from it. I take all the profit, but I agreed to do this video series in return. So there we go. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, whatever it is you're getting up to. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Like and subscribe for Virtual Mechanics.